Hello friends. In this video, I will talk about an excellent spring bait for big fish, the giant redworm. We will discuss when and where to catch giant redworms, how to store them, as well as the peculiarities of fishing with this bait. I will also show an exciting night hunt for giant redworms. So, the giant redworm is a large worm, which can reach 30 centimeters in length. It is found in rich, moderately moist soils of gardens, vegetable gardens, and urban parks. The white worms, inhabiting clayey soils, are more resilient and durable. They are of particular value to anglers. Giant redworms live in the ground at a depth of up to 2 meters, and they usually surface only at night or after rains. Features of fishing with giant redworms. It is important to note that giant redworms are the best bait for early spring feeder fishing. Small fish are not bothersome, and you can catch really big fish such as tench, chub, barbel, and catfish. The most effective way to fish with giant redworms is on rivers. Use the softest feeder rod. The leader should be about 1 meter long. The length of the hook snood should correspond to 2 diameters of the giant redworm. When putting the giant redworm on the hook, pierce it the first time across the head area, and the second time in the middle. If the fish nibbles lightly, don't react, wait for the fish to swallow the giant redworm and then strike. How to catch a giant redworm. Unlike regular worms, giant redworms are not dug for but caught. The best time to hunt for giant redworms is on days with low atmospheric pressure, particularly after rain. Just 30 minutes after sunset, you can start catching these worms. Illuminating the ground with a flashlight, you will see them emerging from their burrows. Giant redworms rarely leave their burrows entirely, usually only a length of their body will emerge. The rear part of the giant redworm always remains in the soil, allowing it to quickly retreat into the ground in case of danger. Giant redworms are very sensitive to any vibrations on the ground, so to avoid scaring them, you need to move carefully. When you spot the giant redworm, grab it at the point closest to its burrow to prevent it from retreating. Don't pull at it right away, as the giant redworm might tear. Hold it. The worm will contract, and after a few seconds, you will feel it relax, at which point you can carefully pull it out. Storing giant redworms. To store worms, use a wooden box filled with soil. The soil should be covered with damp leaves and peat to retain moisture. The box should be placed in a dark and cool location. Friends, we are starting the hunt for giant redworms. Friends, if you enjoyed the video, leave comments. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on great videos for great people.